Giving God glory worldwide. This is the Gospel America Television Network. From Spreading the Gospel magazine in Henderson, North Carolina, welcome to Spreading the Gospel with your host, Evangelist Calottta Davis. And now, let's join our host on Spreading the Gospel.
Praise the Lord, everybody. This is Evangelist Calottta Davis, and I'm right here with none other than Chloe Olivia. I'm doing a talk show interview for Spreading the Gospel right on the Gospel America Network. We're thanking God for this opportunity to interview this young lady. I'm telling you, she is hot. I mean, she's so anointed. I thank God for her. She's a singer. She's a songwriter. She's a motivational speaker. She has her own radio talk show right here on Spreading the Gospel Network that airs every Saturday from 1:30 to 2?
1:30 to 2 every Saturday.
2. Amen. And she travels the nationwide, inspiring people of all ages. I know she has inspired me. She's encouraged me to do some things that I had aspired in my life. And since I've known her a very short time, it seemed like I've known her a long time. And her new single is getting ready to come out and drop, and it's entitled Soldier. So we're excited about that. She's also an author, inspiring author that she has an innovative 30-day anti-bullying journal. She is an anti-bullying advocate, and I am just honored to have her. She is so gifted. You guys are you just might as well to look out for that name. You see right across that screen, Chloe Olivia. Chloe, how are you today?
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, good. I was honored to have you. Chloe started working with me with doing things on the station. Her parents are just like I've known them a long time as well, and her brother. I thank God for that family. But they have been assisting me with some things, and I had wanted to start an entertainment magazine. I have a printed digital magazine and also exclusive digital, but I'm an entertainer myself, and I said, well, just go on and do an entertainment magazine. And I had wanted to get Pastor Shirley Caesar on the cover, and I met this young lady through another friend of mine that has a promotion company that promotes artists. And I just thank God for her connecting us, because then I got to talking to her and saw how gifted she was. And she said, oh, I'll do the interview, and her mom set it up for us. And I thank God for that. And she did a wonderful job. The interview aired last week. How did it feel interviewing such a legend as Pastor Shirley Caesar?
Oh, it definitely is a blessing. I don't think that younger me would have ever imagined interviewing the Pastor Shirley Caesar, but she's absolutely amazing. We've met multiple times before, because we're both in North Carolina.
Right.
So we've met several times before. She is one of the most beautiful spirits I've ever met. She's just really just a sweetheart. And we love her so much.
And you did the interview so well. So I want to let's talk first about your music ministry, and then we'll move on to the anti-bullying. But is this your first project, or have you done other projects before? You have other music out there, or? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I do. I do. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, my charger. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
It unplugged, y'all. I'm sorry about that. Yes,
that's okay.
I have. So it wasn't like in a big release like this one is going to be. However, we did release, my first song that I released was I'm the Crazy Kind of Beautiful. It was licensed out by PBS Kids. which was it was actually really a dope experience. I was able to like work with a lot of kids from all over, like different places in
Mm.
North Carolina and like the Carolina area and Georgia and stuff like that. So I was able to work with a lot of people that was there. So PBS licensed out that one. Um, and then we released what was it? It's Crazy Kind of Beautiful. Oh, Battlefield, which is on Spotify and all digital media outlets.
Oh,
So Soldier is gonna be our kind of like our first big release after this deal that we just signed. So
and you are 16 years old?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you have all that going on already, so I can't imagine when you get 20. what, what all you'll be doing. You'll be dropping down from a balloon or something, with Chloe Olivia on it. Oh, we got to see it happen. I just so excited for your future.
Thank
So you
you.
sing, you also a pianist, you play. And so
Yes,
how
ma'am.
long have you been playing the piano?
I've been playing three. I'm like actually like subtracting right now in my head. It's been about almost 14 years. My birthday will make
Oh
14
my
years. Yeah, I
God.
started with my toes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can't I sing, but I sing on the anointing. When the anointing lifts, it's over. But I sing fairly well, I should say. But I don't know music. I can't hear music. I don't know notes. I don't know no keys.
Oh
So I
no.
depend on my husband, Pastor Samuel Davis, to make sure my music is tight and everything. So I'm so excited. Is there any other musical inclined people in your family?
Oh
Your
yeah, for
dad or your
sure.
mom or
Yeah, that's who I get it from. My mom and dad, so they both sing. My mom is an
okay,
actress, slash
okay.
director. That's where I got that acting
Uh-huh.
directing, um, thing knack from. And then my dad, he sings, he plays the piano,
Okay.
and then he also like acts a little bit, but it's mostly like just like music. He's like a techie guy, so he does
Okay.
all like the technical, logical stuff. I just let him handle that because I am that is not my strong suit at
Me
all.
either. I'm
Um,
doing fairly well with what I do, but
yes,
I
yes, absolutely.
I even struggle with Zoom meetings and people was like, "You got it, ma. You got it. You got
Yeah,
it." So when I
yeah.
once
So
I
my
finally got in and was able to come up to the top, that's all I need to know. I don't want to know no more. So with all this technology, you guys have to help me with that. So that's
oh
why I
yeah.
like to surround myself with young people. I've been working with young people for many years, so I was inspired by you and by your testimony about the anti-bullying. Can you tell us a little bit about your venture with that and like I know you have some foundations and stuff like that set up for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're actually trying to well, we were supposed to expand like last year, but COVID hit,
Yeah.
so everything's kind of like at a standstill right now. We're trying to do the best that we can with like the resources that we have, but it's not the same,
Mhm.
online. But the reason why I started like doing the community work that I'm doing, and going out performing and different things like that is because I was bullied. I was bullied throughout like elementary school all the way up to actually even not now because COVID, but like before COVID, up until about before COVID, I was bullied
Wow.
really badly. I moved schools a lot because my dad was a veteran, so is a
Mhm.
veteran, so like we moved schools a lot. Um, so like it just kind of like followed me everywhere I went. And it was mainly because of my weight, like and like my height. So I was like bigger than other people that were in my grade, and I was taller than other people in my grade. So it
Mhm.
was mainly just like my weight and because I have a very loud voice and like my voice carries. So like the first 8 days of kindergarten, I got called fat. My parents went out and dealt with it. By the time I was in fourth grade, I was kicked, I was slapped, I was punched, I was pushed up
Mhm.
against the wall by a teacher. I was told by another kid that back in the day you would have been my slave. Another kid told me that you should be a slave whipped and tied to a tree. So there's a
Wow.
lot of like things that happened during that time that I don't talk about because there's so many
Right.
things.
Yeah.
But I was like physically and verbally like bullied throughout
Mm.
all my
The
school years.
kids can be so cruel, but so can adults. And I know when you were doing the interview with Pastor Caesar, you asked her if there was bullying in the industry. And I began to think about that thing. And actually, I've been thinking about it ever since. And there's cyberbullying. They bully you online. It's just so many aspects to it. But the God in you was able to overcome it, because a lot of teens and things like that growing up, they commit suicide. They begin to adapt to what people are saying about them and take it into their self. It's like, oh well, maybe I am fat, maybe I am ugly,
Yeah.
and it begins to become a complex for them. So I thank God that you didn't let that hold you back from all that God has for you. You are a beautiful young lady, and don't let nobody else tell you anything any different. And if anybody mess with you, just come get your auntie. I
Yes,
am
ma'am,
not with
absolutely.
God. I just really, really love you, and I love your spirit. And doing the talk show, have you ever have aspirations to have your own talk show?
Um, I I did.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really start really thinking about it until probably about like between like my eighth grade and freshman year of high
Mm-hmm.
school. I've always kind of like wanted to do a radio or a radio show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, basically like with Christian rap music, because like when I'm like
Right.
driving, like once I started driving, I noticed how serious it was. I would listen to like the same songs on rotation for years, and I'm like, there's no room for like new artists. There's no room for
Right.
Christian rap artists. There's only like one radio that I know that plays Christian rap artists, and it's on Saturday nights. Um, so, and that's all, like that's a majority of what I listen to. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, we need a radio, being able to like spin some Lecrae, spin some Uncle Reese or something like that, so
Right.
people can,
Right.
get lit to Jesus, while they're driving.
Yes.
Because, like gospel's great, and, those old hymns, they're awesome. But then there be times where we're just like, we just want to vibe with God.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just thought about doing that for a really long time. So I definitely will in the
That's why
future.
I came up with the radio station, was to push the independent artists. So that's one of my main things. I've been doing it since day one, and for the first year, that's all I played in rotation was the independent artists, and I did it on
Yes.
purpose just to let them know you got a good sound just as well as the mainstream, the big names, quote unquote big names. You got a sound as well, and you have a voice that people need to hear. So here at
Yes.
Spreading the Gospel, we pride ourselves on incorporating the independent artists, gospel music, gospel jazz, um, the gospel rap, quartet music. We got a diverse, because you have to reach the different audiences that you have tuning in. So we thank God for the Christian rap, and
Oh yeah.
just a way of them to express themselves.
Oh
So
yeah, for sure,
yeah,
because it's so hard.
we're not gonna block the young people from doing their thing, because we are done ours, and now it's time for you guys to come on the scene and take the baton and run with it. So you're doing an awesome job. You're
Thank you, thank
doing an
you.
awesome job.
I
And now,
appreciate it.
what inspires you as a songwriter? What inspires you to write songs? Do they just
Um,
come to you, or?
yeah, yeah, basically. Well, like knowing all these different instruments, like learning, and I'm still learning, but
Mhm.
learning all these different instruments and different things like that throughout the years is very easy. It just kind of naturally,
Yeah.
I like it when it naturally comes to me. There are times I'm finding now where like just a melody or something would come to me in the music, but then not the rest of the song, and I'm like, I want to finish this song now.
Hmm.
And God's like, no, we're gonna have you wait a minute.
Right.
So
Right. It's not
um
time for that. They ain't ready
yeah.
for it yet.
Oh yeah, I like it when it's like so natural like that. It flows. There are times where like I get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I heard this thing, and so I'll document it in my phone. I document it on paper. Everything is documented. I started dating all my stuff,
Yeah.
probably about like
Very
2 years
smart.
ago.
Very smart.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
date everything. I put the time and everything, the
hmm
place, the why. and everything like that, just so I can remember and come back to it, because I'll forget. But
Mhm.
basically, it just kind of comes naturally to me. And I found that a lot of my songs I wrote before I actually went through that situation or witnessed that situation,
Right.
or witnessed like kind of what that song was about. I was like, oh, now I understand a little bit why you had me write that. So yeah, I just like it when it just like comes naturally to me.
Yeah, yeah. Just let it flow and write everything down. I keep everything. I actually keep a pen and paper. I'm still old school a little bit, and so I
Yeah.
keep a pen and paper by by the bed, and I'll be writing upside down, sideways.
Yeah.
But things come to me day and night, and I just try to activate the things of God that He's put in me. But I also like to push other people to pursue their dreams and where do you see yourself in you're 16. What do you see yourself in like 5 years?
Oh man, I'll be what, 21? I'll be legal.
There you go, girl.
First of all, I'll be legal. Um, but oh my gosh,
You'll be out of
5 years.
probably be finished. You'll be finished with college because you're
Yeah,
graduating. You're
yes,
graduating.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah, for
that's
the most part, I'll definitely, I'll definitely be finished with college. I'll have my bachelor's degree in either journalism or songwriting, depending on like what school I go
awesome.
to. Um, 5 years. Man.
You don't
Um,
know. You don't know.
yeah, I really don't. My goal is to kind of work behind the scenes. So like, writing
Mhm.
for other artists,
Wow.
being able to like kind of, guide other people in the songwriting, area, and then
Travel.
also
See the
like,
world. Girl, yeah.
yes. Oh my gosh. I literally want to travel so bad. Like study abroad is like one of my top things I was looking for in college. So
Hmm.
definitely traveling the world, and like making a like impact on people and
Hmm.
children, and
Right.
adults and alike all
Right.
around the world. I definitely see myself doing more community service in the future.
Okay. Now, what do you want to major in when you do go to college?
Um so I So it really just kind of like depends on what school I end up going to.
Okay.
For the most part, across the board, it was mainly journalism or entertainment journalism, just because I
Hmm.
like, ever since I was like really little, I studied, the actors and actresses that I saw on
Hmm.
TV and the singers and songwriters. Um, but but I did apply to Belmont and I did make it in, and I also made it into their songwriting program. So if I end up going Belmont
Wow.
route, I'll definitely be going, into songwriting, only because they're like right on Music Row, and they
Hmm.
have a lot of opportunities overseas as well
Wow.
with music. So.
Wow. That is awesome, Chloe. You continue your journey. Now, could you just tell us a little bit about your journal that you have, the anti-bullying about? Is it anti-bullying your journal about
Yes,
that
ma'am.
as well?
Yes, ma'am. It's an inspirational journal, and basically, it encourages, children and adults and the like to write. If you saw the cover, it's like so bright and colorful because I love colorful things. So,
Mhm.
adults might may or may not get it, but I really just kind of want to hit everybody, to where like they're able to like write. It's pretty short, because it's only 30 days. And it's like a bit of a smaller book. But I'll
That's all
definitely,
right.
probably depending on like, how well it does, I'll probably end up doing a 365-day
Wow.
book. So I'm
Mhm.
not 100% sure, but it basically just has like writing prompts.
Mhm.
Basically, promoting like self-awareness,
Awesome.
anti-bullying, depression, different things like that. So people could be a little bit of aware of like where
Right.
their headspace is at every single day.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you kept your head on straight and you overcome even the cruel things that they said to you or done to you. And look at yourself now. I know when your mom and your dad look at you and your brother, they just like, wow, look at Chloe. She is doing the thing, okay? And we are here to support you and push you in any way that we can here at the station. And Chloe will be writing an article in our printed magazine, and as well as she will be writing some of the um, inserts for the artists that she interviewed for the entertainment magazine. So that is really right on cue with what you're wanting to do in life. So we thank God for you
Thank
allowing us to
you.
have this opportunity to share in your journey. When your book comes out, we're gonna push it, push it, push it, and you know what? Good things come in small packages. So you said it was small, but guess what? It's going to encourage somebody that 30 days to get back on track. It'll motivate them to take better care of themselves and become the beautiful person that God has created them to be. Chloe, if you have any closing remarks that you can say to the young people out there that's even striving to be an artist, or they might want to go in the line of journalism, could you tell them some things that will help them along the way?
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't been in journalism as long as I have music, but music I've been in probably since, honestly, like since I was born. But for the past like 10 years, we've been in the music industry, and I'm
Wow.
still not to where I really want to be. So I'll definitely say, one, definitely have patience.
Mhm.
Patience is something that I'm still learning to this day. So, so yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Have patience. It's a very it's a
Mhm.
long process.
Right.
Some of us just don't, we don't get to where we want to be overnight. It's gonna take some days. It's gonna take
No.
some hard work. It might take
Right.
some, some days where like I remember when I was younger, when I was like in middle school and I was taking like red eyes to school and like going to school right after. Like I was, there were times where like I couldn't speak to anybody for like a week because my voice was gone. So
Mm.
it's going to take some sacrifices. It's not going to happen overnight, but just know that you will eventually get to where you want to be. You just have to stick
Right.
with it and really love it enough.
And we look up to other people in the entertainment world. So I know Pastor Caesar is one of your persons that you look up to. But are there any other artists out there that you like their sound that you would like, to comment on?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I have a lot. I love I growing up I watched China and McClain. So that was like my number one. Like we were
Mhm.
sisters, but she didn't know it yet. Like that's how it was. So she didn't know it yet. But China and McClain was one. Sabrina Carpenter. I love when she came out and started like performing and stuff like that with Disney and
Mhm.
everything like that. Kind of like watched her music, kind of like the evolution of her music. So I loved love her sound. And then Demi Lovato as far as voice, because like she has like a very like big booming voice that's
Mhm.
kind of like out of this world and knows how to use it.
Right.
So she's also been kind of like who I admired as far as like her voice, and I'm like, I want my voice to sound like that. I sound like Chloe Olivia, so it's okay. It's
That's
okay.
right. That's right. You got
But
your own
those three.
unique stamp that's on your voice. And that's how we really have to learn that we can't mimic ourselves after others. We have to be what
Hmm.
God has created us to be. And on this journey, that the lives that we're going to impact, other people are not going to reach, because He has a certain amount of souls that He has already assigned to us to interact with, to touch their lives in one way or the other. Again, I thank you for coming on to Spreading the
Thank
Gospel
you.
Network, to our talk show. Airs every Sunday at 6 p.m. on right here on the Gospel America channel. We going via Facebook Live. We're streaming to YouTube. We just want the word of God to get out, or a word of encouragement or inspiration to get out, not just to North Carolina or South Carolina, but all over the world. And we thank you again, Chloe Olivia. You can tune in to Spreading the Gospel Network by going to our link, bit.ly/spread the gospel. You can email me at spreadingthegospel@mail.com. Chloe, give us some of your things that they can reach you on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely. My Instagram and Twitter are the same. It's at the Chloe Olivia. That's at TheChloe. Olivia, and my Facebook is just simply Chloe Olivia Glosson with a hyphen in between those first two names.
All right. All right. Well, might as well get ready for it. Embrace yourself, because you will be hearing this young lady's name a whole lot. Again, we love you, Chloe. We love your family. And thank
Thank
you for
you.
being my special guest today, right here at Spreading the Gospel Network on our talk show. And until next week, we say God bless you. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon.